Welcome back to the best FPS, where I pretend to be good enough at video games to talk about them.
What?
Filled with blood splattering combat, satisfying weapons, and a banging soundtrack, Prodeus is a Doom clone in the greatest sense of the term. Developed by Bounty Box Software, you play as a guy who's gonna punch, shoot, and massacre his way to some answers for a question he's never even asked. With visuals that blend yesterday's classic pixelated style with today's powerful effects, Prodeus produces some sights and surprises that have to be experienced firsthand. I am genuinely upset at myself for not playing it earlier. And that reminds me, if you have any recommendations for any games I should check out, drop them in the comments. I do read each and every single one, and I'm sure I'll get to it. In the beginning, the game very much wants you to get comfortable with the weapon types and the movement, so you'll be fighting walkers and imps and some of the most basic types of enemies until you get a feel for their kill times and their attack methods. But when I said beginning, I meant for a few hours. About halfway through the game was when you really feel the chaos, cross-fighting between enemies, getting swarmed by dozens at a time, and using enemy prioritization to stay alive. What I will say may upset some of you, but you can play this game exactly like Valorant or Counter-Strike or whatever shooter you gatekeepers and elites are okay with me saying. You can dead zone in combat and have every enemy miss you while being completely accurate. It's actually really funny. After each level, there's a map you physically navigate with your little Proteus guy, and it just brings me a small bit of joy because the devs really didn't have to make it, but they did, and it's nice. The map includes a shop for upgrades, which I've never seen in this type of game. In levels, you collect ore fragments and spend them for movement upgrades and new guns. The map also features rune trials from Doom 2016, which gives you more ore fragments, and it lets you take a break from the everlasting onslaught of the main game. The game is about 7 hours long just to get through the main content. I'm not 100%ing this game because I typically don't do that with games anyway. I played on medium, and from what I can tell, the devs made a fine blend of difficulty and fun because the game is not frustrating in the slightest while providing some challenge. I feel like it's very hard to fine-tune that, and Bouncing Box did it flawlessly. This game costs less than 5 of these, and hold on, is that Zany? Let him tell you. Hey Zany, is this game any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It doesn't matter what he thinks. It doesn't matter what I think. Go play it for yourself by Prodeus today.